Today we are going to talk about 2023. I've got a couple of goals that I'm going to share with you, as well as I would love to hear from you all. And then just lots to talk about today. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it's January 3rd of 2023, and I want to start off by telling you two goals that Gordon and I have for 2023. The first one is whether we are on a cruise or whether we are at home, we want to make sure that we are taking advantage and enjoying every moment wherever we are. We try to do that anyway, but this year we are going to try to be even more intentional about doing that and just enjoying every moment that we're given. The other thing that we are going to do is we are going to try to extend our reach and try to extend more kindness and more love to everyone, whether it's all of you, whether it's people that we meet, just in any area of our life. We're going to try to do a better job with that. And along with that, we would really like to try to get our YouTube channel to have a bigger Let's Go family. All of you are absolutely remarkable, and I am convinced that there are a lot more people like we are out there that I think would really enjoy being part of our Let's Go family, and we would really benefit from having them with us. And so that's our goal, is to make our Let's Go family membership bigger. My lofty goal is to try to get to 50,000 Let's Go family members, subscribed people by the end of 2023. If you wonder, like long range, I'm going to 2 million is where I would like to go for fun. But I would really like to try to get there. One of our Let's Go family members was kind enough, and I really appreciate it, that they thought and I know that 50,000 is a lot, but I very much appreciate that they thought that realistically we could definitely double. So if anyone feels like ever sharing a video that you feel like is good enough to share it on Facebook or YouTube. Well, not on YouTube, like on Twitter. Just however you would like to get the word out. We really appreciate all of your support and want to thank you. So now one of the things that I want to talk about is I really appreciate it. And this is part of like housekeeping, I think, for 2023. And it goes into my goals is I really appreciate it when you leave comments. I love reading through all of your comments. And one of my resolutions is try to get better at replying to everything. We have been swapped with family lately, is why we've not been doing quite as good, but we'll get back to normal here. And I really appreciate it. So one of you left a comment that has really caused me a lot of thought and examining what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So you said they're a really lovely Let's Go family members. They said they watch us every day. But they said if you take a step back and go back and watch your updates from the past few months about Princess, whether you are aware or not, your comments about Princess are going to have an adverse effect on cruise customers' interest in that cruise line. Although you try to minimize your criticism, it is coming through much stronger than that. So that really made me stand back, because I always try to be really quick to say I love Princess, and I do love Princess Cruise Lines. If you're new here, I've cruised on them 15 times. We've got 4 Princess cruises booked right now. I love Princess. I thoroughly enjoy cruising on them. I feel like lately I'm in this really hard situation of part of what I like to do here is I like to tell you what's going on so that you can kind of formulate in your mind and decide what you want to do, and also to help you think through some things so that if a situation happens to you, then you're really well prepared to handle it. A few different things like that come to mind. One would be if something happens in your cabin and it's not acceptable, that you would be just ready to say, you know what, this is not acceptable. You need to give us another cabin. I want you to think about that, because I always do better when I have thought of things in advance. So that's part of what I want to do. And the other thing is I want to try to do my best to make it so that people don't have surprises. I think that good surprises are amazing, but not good surprises, I think, can just take the wind out of your sails. And so I'm trying to navigate and trying to figure out the best way to share with you the information that I receive, and at the same time do it in like a fair way. And so there's two things I want us to think about like together, and maybe you can help me with it. So first of all, I know that you all are so kind to send me updates. I wouldn't be able to share it if you didn't share it with me. So thank you. I can't thank you enough. And usually people will tell me the good and the bad from their cruise, and I tell you that. Now, so here's what I want. Those of you, when you go on a cruise and the whole thing is just wonderful, send me an email. Let me know, and I'll let everyone else know. It's wonderful to share that. I honestly think that there are more good things going on cruises than bad. I think that more people are having a good princess cruise than not. Alrighty? And I think that a lot of things that people complain about are very subjective. It's that thing like with a meal. You can set the same dinner down in front of 3 people at the exact same time. One person will tell you it's inedible, another person will tell you it's just fine, and another person will tell you it is superb. It's because it's so subjective. So I'm really trying to take the subjective out of things. So help me stick with that. But then the other thing that I want to make sure that you know is, the other day, for example, I did that video all about what's going on with Princess Taking Cabins. And it took me a long time to work up to saying that. You would not believe how many emails I have received from people with that going on. And I would think, oh, I don't know. It's probably, not as often as it seems. Or maybe they didn't mark their cabin do not upgrade, and so they got taken. Because you know what? The cruise lines, they don't look at upgrade like we do. Upgrade to us is like if you're in a cabin, they're going to give you something better. And it couldn't be in a worse location. It has to be a better cabin in at least as good a location as you're in. No, they don't look at it that way. If it's not marked up, do not upgrade, they'll move you. And it doesn't have to be better. So be aware of that. But at the same time, so it took me a long time and lots of emails before I thought, let me tell you what's going on here. And like I said, like I shared with one of our Let's Go family members that I've got cruises for, hers was marked do not upgrade, and they took her cabins, and I was able to get one back, but another I can't get back. And it took a lot to get that other one back. And so keep an eye on your cabins like crazy. And and the other thing is you know what? This is a very princess-centric channel. We know more about what's going on with Princess than anyone else. So I want to put that out there. And I'm really looking forward to hearing a lot more from those of you who cruise on Celebrity and those of you that cruise on Holland America. I think that those are both really good options if you want to try something other than Princess. And at the same time, if you try Holland America, you want something a little different, I think Princess is a really good option, and the same with Celebrity. So, there you go. But I really appreciate that input. I really appreciate constructive criticism, because it really helps me try to stay on the right track, and I surely don't want to be too negative on anyone. So thank you very much. Now, the next thing that I wanted to make sure that everybody knows, I know we have a lot of Let's Go family members here who are new. So super fast, we have a few group cruises if you would like to join us. May 27th, round trip out of Seattle to Alaska on Holland America's Eurodom. And then at the October 4th of 2023, we are doing In Search of the Northern Lights to Norway, and that's on the Island Princess. Then in January 20th of 2024 on the Sapphire Princess, we are off to Antarctica. And then finally, we do have on April 3rd of 2024 the April 3rd is the departure date on the Total Eclipse cruise to the Mexican Riviera. That one is sold out. Every cabin category is waitlisted, and so I don't know that there will ever be space again on that cruise, but I felt like I couldn't leave that cruise out. So the next thing that I wanted to make sure that you all know, and in light, I mentioned that we've got an Antarctica cruise. We've got a Let's Go family member, and they are on the Sapphire Princess right now, going in Antarctica, and she was kind enough to send me an update. And she said that, and now, of course, be aware that when you go to Antarctica, you're going to have internet that goes in and out, especially when you're the furthest south. And I don't really see a way around that because it is so remote. But she mentions that happening again. But she does talk about how stunning Antarctica is, how beautiful it was. She said be prepared for possible schedule changes because they have had a rocky ride, loss of internet. But I love that she says they have an awesome captain who navigated the ship into some amazing straits, and there are enrichment presentations that help us appreciate where we are. They have seen whales and penguins, and I really appreciate that. Thank you for sending us that update, and it just makes us, and I love that she says, you've had a rocky ride, your internet's in and out, schedule changes, but I think that's part of my goal, and I hope that we all will just enjoy where we are and what we're getting to do when we're getting to do it. So thank you for a lovely update on your Antarctica cruise there. Finally, a quick thing from Norwegian. Our Let's Go family member, Tom Barton, he will be sailing Norwegian for the first time, and I also saw in the news that Norwegian is having to make some changes on the Norwegian Getaway. They talk about two of the changes being to optimize arrival and departure times. And so they are actually going to shorten the time that they are in St. John's, Antigua, and then they are going to extend the time that they are in St. Thomas. They talk about sustainability and reducing their carbon footprint. I think that sustainability is very important, but I also think they're trying to save money on their gas. If you sail slower, you save money on gas, and I think that's part of what they're doing. They are also taking off a call at Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. They were going to be they were going to stop there in Tano Bay. Now, you might remember it was the Norwegian Escape that when she was trying to leave Tano Bay there in the Dominican Republic, she ran aground and it did cause damage to their ship. Ever since then, they have been, the people there in Dominican Republic have been dredging that bay to try to make it so that it's not so risky for cruise ships coming in. And it sounds like maybe Norwegian has not, the bay has not passed all of their testing yet to be sure that they feel comfortable sailing in and out of there again. And so that stop is taken entirely off of their itinerary. I know that when we were just in on the Norwegian Encore, we were going to stop in Puerto Plata, and they changed us over to Amber Cove. We were going to be in a different port, but then they put us around to Amber Cove. Amber Cove is literally just a cruise ship stop. They've got shopping there, they've got a water park, and you can do some excursions, but that's pretty much what they've got to offer there, which it was really beautiful, and the people there were very nice. But I wanted to bring you up to date, and I'm wondering, do you think we're going to see a little bit more of this happening with other cruise lines as they try to save money on fuel, like altering arrival times in ports and departure times, things like that? I don't know what to think, and so let me know what you all think about that. I know that some of you have been sailing a whole lot longer than I have, or also an understanding of some things that go into that, and so share it with us if you do. I really look forward to hearing from you all. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, and I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.